Hey there guys, Crystal here, and welcome to probably the single most requested how-to on this channel. After 3 years on YouTube, I figure it's finally time to let everyone in on my biggest secret. You do not need a capture card in order to film your 3DS in good quality. Anyone can do it, and it's relatively easy and inexpensive. To begin, you'll need to place your 3DS down on a flat surface and be very careful not to move it. I'll explain exactly why shortly. Next, you'll need a camera of some sort and a tripod, or something to hold your camera steady as you record yourself playing. Honestly, this may surprise those who watch my videos, but I use a small digital camera to record. Even though I have a much better quality camera, which I'm using to film this video, I find for recording screens, this little camera is much better. I have a comparison of the two cameras here for those who are interested. You'll want to set up your camera like so, pointed directly at the 3DS and zoomed into the top screen. Give yourself room around the edges of the screen to work with, as you don't want to accidentally trim off some of your footage later. Now play your game as normal. Be very careful not to move the console though, or get your fingers or stylus into the shot. Doing so will mess up the immersion of the video once you edit it. Next, simply head to Google and look up some 3DS images. There are plenty to choose from on here, but images like these with the entire front of the 3DS showing are the best to work with. I personally like to choose ones that match the 3DS I record the footage from. It's time to move on to editing. I personally use Cyberlink PowerDirector 13, although you can use whatever program you have access to. To begin, place the image of your 3DS on your timeline and crop it so that only the top screen is showing. Once you have the image of the 3DS how you want it, place down your footage of your actual 3DS on top of the image. Now, I can't give directions for all editing software, but I know that PowerDirector, Sony Vegas, and Adobe Premiere can all do masking. What masking essentially is showing certain parts of an image or video and hiding other parts. In our case, we want to hide anything that isn't gameplay. In PowerDirector, for example, masking is done with pre-made masks, but I know in Sony Vegas you can outline the area you want to show using your mouse. If you aren't sure, Google masking in whatever program you're using. Once it's been masked, you'll more than likely have strangely shaped gameplay footage, so we'll need to mold and contort it to our liking. The goal here is to fit this footage into the space it should be without heavily distorting it. If you notice, I try and keep my lines straight as possible while I'm doing this, and generally molding it into a slightly rectangular shape is your best bet. Ensure that all the white space is filled in, and take a step back to make sure it looks good. This is why you should never move your 3DS while filming, as it throws off your masking, which ruins the immersion that you're watching gameplay on an actual 3DS. Now you're pretty much done. I know many people will look at the raw footage and see it as just fine, but I personally enjoy putting a little more effort into it to make it look realistic.